Farts. Old farts. Two old farts. Steve and Dave. Sometimes you find a diamond in the rough. Not this time, though. This is just rough. Two old farts. There is no better waste of time. Two guys. Two old guys. A lot of BS and more drivel than you can shake a stick at. Steve and Dave. God help us.
Oh, that's a beauty. When you see that, you know something good's coming. I mean, not from us, but just in general, there would be something good coming. You know, if there were professionals doing this.
Yeah. Like the same professionals I could see who's actually disappeared from the feed.
There you go. No, he's there. He's what you would call it. He's getting his
he's here.
So he's there.
Okay.
But he's not in New York. I think he's still in the Midwest somewhere. So
yeah.
But here's a really cool thing.
And he's even more famous than the last time we spoke to him, Steve. So
and here's how famous, because of he was show number 6. He was our show number 6, way back in season 1, as you like to call it.
Yeah, was season 1.
And today he is show number 84. He has made leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Based on that math, he'll be show like 167 or something next time he's here. Just saying.
Well, let's hope not, because I think he's got a whole load of stuff to tell us, because we haven't seen him or spoken to him for a while, but doesn't mean to say he's forgotten us, and we certainly haven't forgotten him. So
there you go. Do you want to introduce him?
Well, I'll let you do that, Stephen. You can do that a lot better than I can.
Oh no, it's Diesel Donlow. He's an actor. He's an actor. He's a motivator. He's got last time he was doing something with water. He was writing a book. And when I say water, I mean he was going to have a water company, not that he was taking a bath. He's writing a book, or he has written a book. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to find out that we haven't seen him or talked to him in 6 months. So we're going to find out what he's been up to for the last 6 months, other than not being in New York, which, yes, I know you're working with the New York City and state of New York, the bank out of Nigeria. Good luck with getting your money on that. So I'm very happy.
Yeah. The other thing is, I heard whispers that he'd been in a movie since we've spoken to him.
Ooh.
So
Well, we'll have to find out.
Okay.
So he's like a big star, and he's on our show. So go figure. So here we go.
Well,
and there he is, Mr. Donlow. How are you, my friend?
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I'm doing excellent. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. It's always a pleasure to have you. It's very infrequent, but it's always a pleasure when you're here. So now we haven't seen you in 6 months. Last time we talked, I think there was a water company, a juice company, the motivation. I see all your stuff on Instagram and TikTok and all over the place. So what have you been up to? Because Chad, Teletubby, told us that you're like in a movie and blah 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 blah. I was like, all right, well we have to hear it all. So what have you been up to since the last time we spoke?
Just experiencing new things and new opportunities. The water you were talking about was this right here.
Okay.
Yeah. That we already had it established, so you guys all see it. Yeah. We already had it established. So 7.7 alkaline artesian water. So basically the water was already established when we talked last time. But the movies I've been in is, the Mayor of Kingstown with Jeremy Renner. I had a couple of episodes I was on there where I was one of Bunny's Crips and one of his homies, in the film, and I did some stunts in there as well.
Oh wow, very cool. Okay. So now you'll forgive us because David doesn't have television. Because especially American ones. So has that stuff aired, or is it coming to air?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus. Okay, so everybody can see you on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Very nice.
And Diesel, were you this time a goodie or a baddie?
I didn't hear you. What'd you say?
I said,
were you a good guy or a bad guy?
Were you a good guy or a bad guy?
It depends on your perception.
That's the same way I feel about Stephen, but there you go.
That's very true. So my middle name begins with an L. But anyway, so what's your perception? Were you a good guy or a bad guy?
I feel like I was in the middle.
In the middle, okay.
But in society, I would be looked at as a bad person.
Gotcha. So now for everybody that has heard about the water from the first show, where can they buy the water? is it online, or can I go to a local supermarket, or how are we doing with the water and where?
Working on distribution to, I think you're in Texas, right?
Yep.
Working on out there, just tell your local grocery store that you want to have us there. So maybe that push you a little, a little faster. But
Okay.
but we're expanding. We have some, up here in Ohio and Pennsylvania, and we're working on it out here, just taking our time.
Very nice. So how many outlets? Like if I'm in Ohio or Pennsylvania, where do I go to get the water? Like an A&P, a Food Lion? Where am I going?
You going to a place in Cranberry Township, it's really north of Pittsburgh.
Right.
We got it in one store there. In Ohio, you can go to Ailey's to Go. You can go to Barry's Supernatural Market. You can go to some local convenience stores. So we have it pretty much in the city. My focus was let me get the city first where I live at, and then let's spread it out.
Very, very cool. So,
is it a difficult market to be in, water? I mean, everybody seems to be in there. Nestle seems to be a big, big monster in the market.
Yeah, I look at it as we're creators. I'm not in competition with anyone. I know that they might have their own lane, but we might offer, to different people that want to experience, a little healthier option and a unique option.
Very cool. And then last time we were talking to you, there was a book, no book, maybe a book.
Still in development.
Okay.
Still in development.
Still in development. And we've had a lot of the people that you have, that you work with on. We've had the psychologist, the candle lady, and whatnot. And you have a candle.
Yeah, I do.
So we know about. Do you have it one handy?
It's at my house.
Okay. Yep. We know about the candle. She wants to do candles for two old farts, which to me I think is cool, but it's hysterical because somehow I don't see people lighting a two old farts candle. But
you'd be surprised.
Well, they might be.
That's true.
They may well be surprised when they light it up and think, "Well, wow."
You'd be surprised with candle because it brings beauty and essence and life, and candles bring that good smell as well. So might be some good smells with old farts.
There you go. Yeah. So the name's funny, but it'll be okay. So
it was an interesting interview with her because she was such a lovely lady, but she had all sorts of internet problems, and we kept drifting in and out. So maybe we'll get her back on again where things are a little bit more settled on her side.
Yeah, she lives in the country bumpkin in Alabama, so it might be that.
They're gonna have to get a strong gerbil to turn the wheel. I think that'll be pretty cool. Yeah. So, and then are you still doing your, I want to say life coaching, but I don't know if it's really your inspiration and your life coaching sort of, and inspiring people? Because I do see a lot of that on like Instagram and whatnot, where it's, like inspirational type of thing. So are you still doing that? And how's that coming along?
Yeah. I mean, it's growing, we took a step, what I call hibernation season.
Okay.
Just getting in the lab and, carving out that muscle, carving out, content that anyone can go to the gym and get big, but can you carve out that muscle and diet and train and carve it out to make it look like an art, and that's what I wanted to do with our brand. I wanted to make sure it was like carved out to being inspirational, and I think I got a little bit outside of it. We got a little bit outside of that brand message, so we wanted to come back into what was essence to our brand. So this season, we wanted to create, better content, quality content that, our fans and our supporters, can take that and be inspired to inspire other people. And that's the mission here is that we don't want to just build people following us. We want to build leaders out there. We want to build people that are inspired to, change lives in the way they do it.
Right. So if somebody listens to this on the podcast or they see you on YouTube and they like what you just said, where do they find you and how do they find you so they can, if you will, become a leader?
You just follow us on social media, Diesel Donlow. You can go to our website, www.dieseldonlow.com and hit the contact or booking where you can, book with us for, a fee. Or you can just follow the content on social media that we already have and just support us there.
Okay. And so you're on Instagram, I know, because that's right. That's where we hook up every now and then, so to speak. I don't know if you're on TikTok. No TikTok.
That's tough, man. I just don't get down with it. I just don't get
Okay.
down. Maybe one day.
Okay. Here's what's really funny. We're on TikTok, and it's hysterical that people like the content that we put out. It's mostly about diapers and wheelchairs and geriatrics, but other than that, it seems to work out really well. So, but Instagram is where I know that you and I, when we have to communicate, other than what's up, that's where we talk all the time. Is on Instagram. So Instagram is where people can follow you.
Instagram.
Cool. Then we'll make everybody follow them on Instagram. I do. It's great. And then the stuff you do at the gym or your inspirational little snippets for the day, love them. Very cool.
I appreciate that. We do.
Oh, of course. So, and now, I know, go ahead, David.
I was going to ask, because since we spoke to you, of course, we had COVID and all the other crap to go with that. So, what was that like in the movie industry? Did that were you completely unemployed during that period, or were you able to work? Because it seems like you're now back on TV again, which of course is where I know you like to be. But how did that affect you?
Well, it affected a lot of performers because you got to make a decision on whether you're going to get vaccinated or not, and because you're required to be vaccinated and boosted, up to date, and getting tested and all those different things. So a lot of performers didn't agree with that because some of them didn't want to experience the vaccination shot, and they wanted to not go that route. So a lot of performers probably missed a lot of opportunities out there that would normally have jobs. So, and then there's people that, obviously got vaccinated, which were eligible to work, and you have to get tested. And they're very strict. They're strict about it, making sure you have mask on during set when you're not performing. And it's very strict. So, but I'm thankful, they're trying to be safe and, not spreading this virus.
And now that it's over, everybody's back and working.
Some people not working, because like I said, some people don't want to get the shot, and some people do want to get the shot. So wherever you lie in that, that field, you have to make a decision, and they're very strict about it too.
So even that COVID is over, if you're not vaccinated, you can't work.
From my knowledge,
okay.
Certain films, not all films, but the top dog films, yes, you have to be. From my knowledge, maybe it might have changed since yesterday.
Well, we'll assume that it hasn't. I know Tom Cruise had a temper tantrum on the set about a year ago, which was worldwide publicity about people not wearing their masks and standing too close to each other. And like somebody recorded him, using the F word every other word. And I'm like, I'm from New York. That's us is like using the comma. So, but I was like, if you don't F in this and F in that, and I'm like, okay, I think he gets his point across. I'm thinking, yeah, he wants to keep his people safe, it's Mission Impossible 607, I guess he was making. But I was like, okay. So I didn't know how that was going to plan itself out, but it's very cool. So the movie or the television series you just did, they required COVIDs, shots and tests and whatnot.
Yeah, unless you have like a valid reason, but yeah, you have to get tests and all that stuff. So yeah.
Okay. So now the book you said is still in development. So and you'll have to forgive David and I are laymen, right? Because for us writing a book, there would be no development. We wouldn't even know what to do. Yeah. So when you say it's in development,
the Book of Dead, Stephen, I think for us.
It would be the Book of the Dead, yes. But it's been written by the Egyptian gods, so we're good. I don't have to rewrite it. So where are you on the development, and what do we think it's going to be when it comes out? Do you have a time frame or a topic?
Well, it depends which book. Some of them are already done.
Okay.
In terms of the manuscript, but the ones I wanted to create, the new ones, I think they're more in development. We're still writing that one, still creating the world we want to build with the book. So one book, is about business principles and business and like what I learned with business marketing. I was telling you about this before: marketing, collaboration, networking. Right. Branding, stuff like that. That's one set of book. And then we have a book where, we talk about our muses and the muses that, inspired me. That's like Florence Scovel Shinn, Michael Bernard Beckwith, Kobe Bryant, my head coach in high school basketball, Ken Grisdale. Who else did I mention? My librarian, my cousin Chris, and some other people that, we're going to take you on a ride and experience of being on a like a horse carriage. And we want people to be inspired by what like the conversations would be between them and stuff like that. So that one is still in development, but we want to make sure, like I said, we bring out quality information so people can take this. And I don't like dumbing things down. So I want to give it to people like, you want to be honest with the people, and you want to make sure we make quality content that change lives. So if we're not doing that, I don't want to do it. So that's why it's probably going a little slower than normal, because I want to make sure it's done right.
Very nice. So, and I have a question, and I'm going to leave it just on you. The painting behind you is fascinating. What is that? The one with the yellow right behind you.
Kobe Bryant. That was a game. That was sorry, this way. I don't know which way.
Yeah.
But
there you go.
The guy, Kobe Bryant, that's my favorite muse. He taught me a lot about determination, taught me about work ethic, taught me, about being the best you can be, work hard, train every day like it's your last. And I have a story about that in a minute, but that I want to share with you guys that I haven't shared with anybody. So, but that's Kobe Bryant behind me.
Very, very cool. So, and we're going to get to the sharing thing. So, is that something, somebody that painted it, or did you buy it off the net? Because it's beautiful artwork.
I'm not sure. It was a gift.
Okay.
This holiday season, my girlfriend gave it to me. So.
Very cool. All right. So share the story that no one's ever heard, because this is like an exclusive.
Exclusive. So a few months back, I was doing some work out for Premier League soccer.
Okay.
In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And, Kobe Bryant's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So it was a Monday, I believe it was Monday. We were out there, and Monday or Tuesday. I want to say Monday. It was a Monday, and we went down to Kobe Bryant's high school, and we got a chance to work out with. When I say work out, I was helping with Coach Downer, Kobe Bryant's high school coach,
right,
at Lower Merion High School. And Coach Downer took us on an experience that day. It was like a magical experience because we were able to talk to Coach Downer about Kobe Bryant. He was telling me about, like inside stories, telling me about, how Kobe Bryant trained when he come in town to play the Sixers, that he used a certain type of gym. They have two gyms there. He created one gym. Kobe Bryant funded one gym. And then the other gym is like an older gym where, Kobe Bryant would train before, they played the Sixers. And that's where he wanted to come in and train. And I was with Coach Downer for about, hour and a half, 2 hours. And we had a good time, talking about life, talking about Kobe Bryant. He's asking me about, stuff about me. And, just having that bond and communion with Coach Downer was one of the greatest experiences I ever had. And being in Philadelphia and in the suburbs of Philadelphia at the high school was something I never forget. So just hanging out with Kobe Bryant's coach was awesome. And I got a chance to hang out with him and spend some time with him. Very
nice. Very, very cool. And plans on going back, or?
Of course.
It's like tomorrow, actually. So I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna go.
I gotta get back in contact with Coach Downer. I just didn't want to seem like I was just I respect him for doing that, taking his time out. So,
right.
And they're in season right now for basketball. So I want to be mindful of how I approach someone when they're in season, because you guys all know, if you're doing something, you're doing your art. Sometimes you don't want to be distracted or interrupted. So I got to make sure I present it, when I contact him, that it's the right time.
Right. Yeah. Because you don't want to annoy them when they're trying to win a game. So
there you go.
I learned that when I used to play sports. Then again, tiddlywinks, I don't know if you consider it a sport, but it was exciting back in the day.
You can be world champion of tiddlywinks, Stephen.
I think I was. Me and two other people. It was a very exciting.
No. Awesome. Google it. There's a whole load of.
I'm sure there is.
Who regularly tiddle their wings. So yeah. There you go.
And he's looking at us like he doesn't even know what tiddlywinks is.
Yeah,
that was a game when we were a kid that you played.
Yeah.
So it really is a game.
It's a very physical game. Very physical game.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Very.
Yeah. But Diesel, you seem to be really blessed, like having all this stuff happening in your life. I mean, last time we spoke to you, you were super busy. Are you struggling with your priorities now because you got so much, you're so involved with so many things. Are you struggling with that to-do list these days?
No, just like you said, when you got to juggle different things in your life, you have to make sure that you have a schedule and regimen. So every day when I wake up, I do like a little gratitude practice right there, and just ask God and what's my assignment for today, and give me the strength to do this assignment. So today when I woke up, I did that. Let me be a bright presence on this show. Let me be conscious and aware of what I say and be intentional and being sharp on that. And I want to be a bright presence on your show so we can inspire people to be better. And then from there, I do my yoga, my meditation, my visioning practice, and I go in the steam room every single day. Every day I go to the steam room because I feel like you gotta get out the toxins in your body. And then I do like HIIT training and whatever else, and go to work and do my job. And and I'm in my school right now for my doctorate. So just carving out time, like I told you, carving out time to be the best student I could be, to be a father and be a great boyfriend and be a great friend and business partner to all the people I'm involved in their life. So you just gotta be very intentional with your movements and what you allow into your experience through your day. So it's no wasted movements anymore. But back, when you were young, we all did it like just do what we want to do. But now it's a little bit more focused and more intentional.
So how are you coming along on your doctorate? Where are you? How many credits or classes are you shy before we have to start calling you doctor?
Well, you can start calling me it now.
Okay.
No, only because I already am that. You don't want to like put it out there that you're not, something you want to accomplish. It's just like you creating this show, you and Dave, you created this show. You didn't just say, "Oh, old man and farts," and it started to form to what it's supposed to be. Am I right?
Right. That is true. Well, if you remember correctly, when you were on the first our show way back when, it was called Two Old White Guys. Remember?
Yeah.
It wasn't Too Old Fart. And then somebody said to us, they said, if you ever become large, because we still have our 12 global fans, because we don't want to go past that. That would just make us too big and famous, and egos would inflate. So we changed it to the Two Old Farts, figuring that would pretty much offend and not offend everybody. Where it's apparently Two Old White Guys, where somebody was saying to us that has some undertones. And I'm like, yeah, but this isn't the 60s. But then again, apparently we're coming full circle. So I was like, yeah, Two Old Farts work. So I think around show 10 or 11 is where it went from the Two Old White Guys to Two Old Farts making noises. Yeah. So you've been on both shows now. You've been on our starting show where we were just on the one Zoom, and now we're on the StreamYard where we have like 47 different camera angles that I don't know how to use, and I'm just having a field day just tapping buttons all day. But it seems to work. But the Two Old Farts show, you're right. We planned it. When I got my doctorate, the day I got it, all my friends started to call me doc, and I was like, don't. It's just for me. We're good. But when I do my real job, which is sing the national anthem at cockfights, and once in a while I'll get the Dr. Siegel thing, and I'm like, okay, because it's very funny. And I don't think I've ever told David this story, but when I used to do consulting in Europe, even if I had a master's, and I'd be like, if you shut the lights off, you'll save money on electric. They would look at you like, what do you know? You know nothing. You have a master's. You don't know anything. Okay. When I got my doctorate, I can make the same statement. Like, if you shut the lights off, you're going to save money. They go, this man is a genius. He has a doctorate. You should listen. I'm like, oh my God. So it's the perception of that PhD or DBA or whatever you put behind your name that people are like, oh my God. And I think it's the funniest thing. And you're still the same person. You just have an extra piece of paper you get to hang on the wall. But I also realized in Europe and in Asia, having a doctorate, people took more seriously than you do in the United States. In the United States, it's sort of like, In Europe and Asia, and even South America, when we would do work there, And like, I'd be like, yeah, Steven Seagal, my friends, oh, he's up, whatever. And they'd be like, ooh. And then all of a sudden it was like a reverence. So it's a different mindset, I think. So
I think it's true. In Europe, it's very, I mean, it's nobody puts any qualifications on their names, really. Certainly not in Holland, because the Dutch don't like to brag. That's Greg Shapiro, quote unquote. But yeah, but the doctorship, oh yeah, you can put that in front. I mean, I'm okay with letters behind the names. The one I'm trying to avoid is RIP after mine. But other than that, everything's pretty good, But
you don't have to go to school for that one, though.
No, apparently not. I think it's a gift. Yeah.
It's a given, pretty much at some point. So when do you finally? Let me rephrase my question then. When do you finally get that piece of paper?
I'm going to interrupt you. He didn't. Diesel didn't really answer our question, did he? Because he kind of said, "Oh, I already am."
I know. That's why I'm re-asking the question now. So when will you get your piece of paper, your sheepskin? I don't know why they call it a sheepskin, but anyway, when you hang the lamb on the wall, when will you be getting that? Where we frame it and say, you have a piece of paper. How many classes shy, or are you still writing your dissertation?
I already have it.
Oh, you got it. You finally got your doctorate.
I'm joking.
Okay.
I'm joking.
Okay.
Next semester, I'll be starting my dissertation. So I'm looking forward to carving into that and, really going to the academia world and the scholarly articles that you all probably know about, and just researching, articles like marketing, advertising,
right,
collaboration, networking, and social media, and the evolution of that. So I'm looking forward to, diving into the academia world and, carving out, that time for learning those different, topics. And, those all things that we all do every day. We network, we collab, we market, we use social media. We're bringing brand awareness and branding and, all those different, things that, we need for our business or our service. We use that every day. So just going on that scholarly articles and looking up, different authors out there that, do it from the academia sense is awesome.
Very cool. Well, I'm excited for you, my friend. So by the summertime, if you will, by the end of the summer, unless it's going to take you 5 years to write your dissertation,
I think it's going to take me a year from now
to write it. Okay.
To everything get done.
Does that mean then that Mr. Bryant will disappear from your wall and there'll be a diploma that comes up there instead behind you?
No. Like you both said, that's funny. You said, no, this is staying up. That's staying whatever side is on. I don't know where it is.
There you go.
There we go. This side.
There you go.
But no, it's going to stay up there. Like you both said, that I never did a doctorate for attention. I never did it for vanity. I never did it just to say, oh, I got these names behind my name and all that. I always wanted to, accomplish more and be more and squeeze like everything out of the orange in my potential, and to work, and to inspire people. So hopefully this inspires people to believe in the academia world, because I don't believe it's all as bad as people say, like, oh man, you got to go to school, you got to go to job, you got to do this. It's just to experience and network and to expand my awareness and my education and my intelligence on, and just to challenge myself. I never did it for like the name and all that stuff, but I like what comes with it, but I never did it for that. I always did it to inspire someone. So hopefully, when people listen to this, they're inspired to go out there and reach their goals and dreams.
Well, and I think that's what makes it, like when I got mine, I got it because I'd be like, oh, this will just be fun because I got to learn stuff I didn't know already. So to me, it was it's more fun. It's like, this is fun. Let's just do this, but I was working at the same time. So it had a practical use. So I enjoyed it. So definitely I'm big on education, but not for the look at me, more for the, I have this knowledge. This is very cool. So, but that's the best way to be. Because if you're doing it for any other reason, it's kind of like you always can tell the people that are doing something because they have to. compared to the people that do it because they love it. It's like that mindset is much different. Like we do like the show because we love it. And so I think that comes through. And then if we were doing it because we had to, I think that would show differently too. So like we enjoy our guests and we enjoy this. So I think it's the same thing with whether it's your education or your job. You should do things that you love, not things that you have to do. Because I think if that's the case, that makes a long and horrible life.
Yeah, you guys created a great audience and great experience for guests to come in and share their story and share their art and share their service to this world. So I like the show. I like where it's going, and I'm glad you guys started to finalize it and making it look the way it looks now.
Oh, thank you. And you would, like I said, you remember from our sixth show.
Yeah. That's a plus thing, Stephen, because this is and Diesel as well. This is the feedback we've been getting from people. As much as people sort of roll their eyes and think, "Oh my God, you two get a life," but there are also other people who say, "Yeah, we kind of get it. You're sort of you're somewhere. We're not quite sure where, but you're somewhere." And it's heartwarming when you say things like, "Yeah, that we're sort of compacting it, trying to make it a little bit better," because it's a better experience for us as well. Because the whole Zoom thing was, even if you literally farted, the microphone would go over to you, and then not to the other person. At least this way, we have an opportunity to share the screen with the speakers. So thank you for that.
Thank you. And the good thing is when you come back, in 72 shows later, who knows what we'll be using in our technology, with our,
I'll have to buy some new letters, Stephen, because I'm going to have to put doctor in front of it then, aren't I?
Oh, that's right. We're going to have to buy a few more letters for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll be calling him doctor the whole show. So and I'm gonna be like, Doc, it hurts here when I do this, and then it hurts over here when I do this, and so.
Well, it'll be Dr. D then, won't it? Or Dr. D.
Like Dr. J.
Yeah, I like that. I enjoy that.
There you go. So it'll be Dr. D, because Dr. J, as we all know, is taken, and half the people listening have no idea who Dr. J is, and we can't speak to those people ever. But the people that do know who Dr. J is, Diesel's taking that as, I'm sure, a high compliment that we're putting him in the category of Dr. J, because that's that's like a Kobe Bryant, if you will.
Yeah. We'll put you into for us. You'll be Dr. DD from now on, Diesel, and then that'll be we'll just tell the whole world about you. And of course, all the film companies as well are going to have to buy extra letters because they're going to have to change all your names and all the credits for the movies that you're in and all the other stuff. And talking about movies, anything penciled in, anything you can whisper to nobody who's listening on this show?
I have some stunts opportunities arising. Getting ready for that. Getting my body ready for it.
Yeah, because you said last time that you wanted to do some more stunts in the movie. So yeah,
getting the body right. But no, I think me and Chad we have some stuff up our sleeve we want to do. Or Teletubby, whatever you guys.
So you're gonna say let's get his name right. Let's Teletubby, because Chad, people don't have a clue, but Teletubby they do. I don't get it.
Yeah, Teletubby. Just creating content, man. That's what I'm about. I'm just creating. I want to do some animation and just keep creating.
Well, one day we should get you and Teletubby to come on together.
Yeah. He's always working though, Stephen. Every time we talk to.
Well, here's what's funny. Every time we ask Teletubby about Diesel, he's like, Diesel's so busy, blah, 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 blah. And if you ask the other about the other, they're like, they're so busy. And meanwhile, getting them separately is fine, but getting them together sometimes is the issue. And I think Teletubby gets married this year, if I'm not mistaken, in the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's gonna have
Is he gonna live stream that? We should live stream that on the show, Steve.
I'm sure we can make an arrangement. This way we can all show up without having to show up. It'll be fun. So anything coming up in the next 6 months that you want to promote? Or either we have the water that's hopefully going to go not just regional but national, and then we've got a book that's in the works that we know, and you've got your Instagram and whatnot. Is there anything else that's going on that we should be aware of, so people can start looking out? And then down below, right there on the ticker tape, and in YouTube description and in the description on the podcast. Wow, it's a lot to remember. It has your website, so people can go there and check you out. But is there anything specifically you want to let people know that's coming up that they should watch out for, or other than they have to call you doctor now in another 12 months? So,
yeah, we have an app that we're working on right now,
cool.
where we want to, bring some inspiration to our fans and our supporters and our community. We want to bring, content there that, is, you have to, be involved in the app to receive the information. We're working on, some daily meditation, some yoga videos, some exercising, some inspirational business, everything that, we're about and what, we want to give and to share. We want to, circulate that energy and our inspiration to this app and to building this community to uplift the, world to a better place, to be inspired, be motivated, to be encouraged to go out there and to transform a podcast like you guys did from old man to old white man to whatever it was, and two old farts. We want people to be, like I said, always inspired. So we're working on an app. We're working on a different type of podcast where it's more creative. It's more, storytelling, because I'm really big into storytelling. I love, bringing the stories out there of, how I started. Because a lot of people always ask me, like, how did the brand start? How'd you do this? What happened here? Where you go here? How was this movie? So we want to create like a, like some type of podcast. And I don't want to just throw a podcast where I'm out there just talking, It gotta, like, I want to be like strategic, like they're coming for, to learn and to research, how the brand and how I grew as a person. So that's one of the other things. And then, just mastering this yoga practice and, taking it worldwide and taking, the brand worldwide, going on a tour and, really meeting, fans and supporters that I have all around the world. So we really want to bring that to the world, just bringing that inspiration and love and gratitude and abundance. So that's the next thing, just going on tour and hopefully, encourage people to be, the best versions of themselves.
Very cool. Well, when the app is ready, come back and let's show everybody the app. Yeah. And before you do your world tour, we're gonna have you on again, and you can give everybody where you're going to be in the dates. Because remember, our 12 fans are global, so you may show up where one of them is, right? So we got to make sure that they see it.
Where your 12 fans? Yep. Where's your 12 fans at?
So when we look at the analytics, we have Asia, South Africa, Asia, Europe, in the United States, North America, Canada, and that's it. So pretty much covered everywhere. Even we have a lot, which surprised me, out of the Ukraine, Russia, Lithuania. Like, and I wish I was joking, but 40% of our shows and things that we post, that's where they're watched. And then we have another 20 to 30 that's Asia, and we have another 10 or 20 that hits North and South America, and then whatever's left over is Europe. So I'm fascinated by what people in Eastern Europe find fascinating about us.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just get a chuckle out of it.
And for all the other people who've seen this for the first time, we had Diesel on, as Stephen said at the beginning of the show, I think number 6. Please forgive the clunky production that we did, but you can see that on www.2oldfarts.vip. And he gave us a little bit of an insight to his early life, which is fascinating as well. So we're happy to have that as a little bit of exclusive. And I'm sitting here thinking, we'd love to do your videos on the 2 Old Farts channel, the yoga videos. Love to do that. Sure, there's been loads of people who'd like to see it. So maybe when we're off air, we can talk about that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And I just want to also make a emphasis that maybe like your audience maybe want to start, could start doing is journaling. That's something I'm really big on, journaling every single day. Listening to high-minded people like you guys. And even though you guys are, doing in your own way, everyone brings something quality into, to this world and doing a great service. So I would just recommend, journaling and getting out your feelings and get out your emotions is a good thing to journal every day. So.
And for people like me who are dyslexic and struggle with writing coherent stuff down, is it okay to have an audio diary?
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
You ever watch Toy Story 2?
Yes.
You ever watch Toy Story?
Yes.
You ever see Buzz Lightyear? You ever see Buzz Lightyear with his log, his mission log?
Right.
Yeah.
You ever see that? He says, Buzz Lightyear, report to Star Command,
Right.
That's a way of, logging off like information, voice, and journaling.
Very cool.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. And
Right.
I think with that, that's perfect.
In Europe, I think it'd be more like the word diary as opposed to a journal. So yeah, it's a big further.
And Frank kept one of those, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, an audio diary. So that would be good. Yeah, well, maybe we'll have some tips from you on that as well, which we can share. Maybe you can make a couple of shorts on that for us, Diesel, and we can put that up for people, as to help people, give them a little bit of tips as how to step into that.
Yeah, just you get the questions down, and then I do the answering.
There you go. We can do that.
Okay.
Very cool. Well, dude, thank you so much. I know you got stuff going on. Stay with us. David's got this whole ending now done. So you haven't seen this. This is like production. Very Hollywood. So stay with us. And when it's done, we'll talk about a few things, and then we'll let you get on with your life. Thank you for coming again, my friend. Don't make it 72 shows before we see you. And when the app and stuff starts, let us know. And I'm going to text after this Teletubby just to let him know that you were on our show and we actually got a hold of you before he could, just to bust his chops, because it'll be so much fun for me. So it'll be great. All right, guys, here we go. This is our big ending now.
Which you're allowed to dance to, which we did yesterday. If you want to,
everybody, thank you. Hey, if you like the show today, don't forget to subscribe to the show, as well as give it a thumbs up, like it. If you didn't like it, keep your mouth quiet. Don't tell anybody you even saw it. But if you do like it, feel free to download, like it, tell your friends about it. If you're listening to this on the podcast, thank you very much. And we're on Spotify, Amazon, and everybody else, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, and on the YouTube channel. Here we go. And now in about 3 seconds, we're going to play the heavy metal music, just so David can speak. And there you go.
Well, sadly, this is the end of today's show. A really big thank you to everyone who contributed today to the show. And of course, thank you to my co-host, Stephen Oldfart. I'm David Oldfart. Don't forget, subscribe to the show and get all the latest updates from Two Old Farts Making Noises.